I grew up in this area, so I do actually remember what the landscape used to look like 25 years ago. And back in 2013, I noticed a lot of changes that were happening, and I wanted to know what these changes were. I wanted answers. Who are these people? What are they doing?
We're not sitting still and letting people dig up our resources and our land. We started going out to actually go out and talk to people, different places, Washington, D.C. The only person that we always reached out to was Kendra. Kendra, can you go? Sure. The next couple of times, can you go to this one and that one? Yeah, go ahead. So she took on a lot of those things like that for us, and we kept telling her that whatever you say, whatever you do out there, we fully support you. We're behind you. You're speaking for us too.
There's a lot more public land out here, especially in the checkerboard, that we can just instantly go to. And the video here on the bottom is the well that is right down here across the school. There was maintenance happening on site. So they had the beef hatch open, and you could see this long plume just billowing out toward the school. And we recorded there for maybe, I don't know, half an hour. And we reported that, but because it was maintenance, it's fine. Like, there's nothing out of the ordinary for this plume to be coming out like that, which is really concerning, because how often are they doing this type of maintenance right next to the school? And we need to hold the operators and the regulatory agencies accountable for this mess, because air has no boundaries.
Thank you so much, each and every one of you, for your words and your input on this very important issue. This has been something that we've heard about, discussed, outcried about since we were little. It still hurts me that we still have to fight to do what we need to do for the generations that are still coming behind us. Continue to do your best, continue to work hard every single day. Let's go out and unfortunately see some very bad things out there.
I mean, it actually is pretty bad. Yeah, the amount that's coming out, that's worrisome. And I think we're gonna go ahead and file a complaint here to draw attention to this, because we do have a house pretty close. It's next door.
If there are thousands and thousands of gas wells, no one's really ensuring that everything is happening properly.
It's exhausting being a checkerboard Dene person. And I could see why our elders call it no man's land, because when things get real and things get dangerous, no one is held accountable.
It's a pretty big problem if you have one small venting event at a site in the middle of nowhere, because you have to times that by at least 100, because there are thousands of sites out here that don't get regularly inspected. So this opportunity came up with Earthworks to learn the camera back in 2021. And as soon as I heard it, I said, yes, teach me. The FLIR camera makes the invisible gases visible. One way with the camera I'm able to document is by visiting these well sites, like plain and simple, and recording them. So we have a log that this area out here is being intentionally ignored.
They come, they make their profit, they contaminate the local landscape, and then they leave. So energy environmental issues is really critical for all community people to be involved and to have a say in, because we're stuck in this position and we need to do something about it.
When land is being manipulated and poisoned, we will have a reflection of that. And so how can we expect a community to thrive when our land is being forcibly removed from us, and along with our natural resources.
We have 4 sacred mountains here that help designate the boundaries of where we are meant to live, we're supposed to live. It's where all of our cultural teachings are based off of. We don't ever want to lose that connection, and it's a place that we have to maintain, that we have to take care of.
Where once was a hill, a really nice view, all the dudes got plowed, bladed, just so they can set up their drilling operation.
It's not safe. Nobody's going to ensure that your community's safe. Like, you have to do that.
There's no policies on the Navajo Nation right now that is really putting the community's health first. We're not seeing that. And it's not just Navajo Nation that's doing that. It's the state of Pennsylvania. It's Texas. It's all of these oil and gas bought out leadership that exists all over. And it's a sickness. The violence that oil and gas brings, spills on spills, pollution on pollutions with no accountability. So what we're doing as a community to combat that is networking amongst ourselves. And I'm so just grateful and blessed for all of the resources and all of the connections we've made so far.
This work is important to me because I plan to die here. I plan to remain here until the end of my life. So what do I want for my future living here? Like, this is my home.
We want them to know that we are humans too. We live here, we've been here for a long time, and we have no place to go. We are part of the earth here, and that's why we're fighting really hard to try to save it.
For some folks, they don't want to talk about this in public. A lot of people know who I am, and they just straight up hate me because I talk about oil and gas, and I talk about the negatives more than I talk about the positives. I'm literally trying to make sure that these communities are getting protected, and it's not always taken very lightly, which is really sad for me because all I want is protection for my people.